What's going on, man? This is AGZ from the Heavy Hitters Radio Show, and I know we didn't have a show tonight. Part of the reason is I'm actually out of town. I'm coming to you live from Key West, Florida. Took a little vacation, had some time off, so definitely want to get away and relax and kind of beat the day-to-day grind of work. But I wanted to do a show, just kind of share some things that's been on my mind on this trip, on this little vacation I've had. I know I seem like I'm always taking a trip, or we're always out of town, and I've been more lucky than most to found someone that's able to travel with me and allow me to do certain things that maybe I wouldn't be able to do, and see the world and see different places. And tonight I'm coming to you basically to share some things, which is some things of motivation. I know I'm normally not the motivational guy on the show, or not the guy that seems to have it all together, more of the asshole of the show. Pineapples now. But tonight, I really wanted to share some words of wisdom, at least from my point of view. And the thing that I want to share the most with you guys is, don't put off tomorrow what you can do today. I know we heard that before. We've heard it several times in our lives from various different people, and it's true. It typically comes from people who seems to have it all. So it's like, yeah, of course you can do that because you have the means to do that. But I truly want to say that whatever it is that you want to do, start putting forth the effort to do it. Don't wait around. Don't wait. Don't use the whole, well, I work hard now, so when I retire, I can travel, or I can do some of the things that I want to do. Don't do that. Because tomorrow's not guaranteed to anybody. Tomorrow's not guaranteed that you will be able to move around as freely, be as mobile, even be healthy to be able to do the things that you want to do. Down here in Florida, we ran into a lot of different people from a lot of different places. And Key West is a party town, don't get me wrong. Now granted, I'm here in this kind of like off season, so it's not really the summer rush. You don't get a lot of the spring breakers or the summer people down here at the beaches and everything. So it's usually a lot of people that what they call snowbirds. So it's the people who have the money, mostly from the Northeast, New York, Boston, Philadelphia, places like that can afford to have a second home, or afford to have the means to travel and come down and enjoy the weather to kind of escape that cold. But so when talking to them, it's an older crowd. Most of them are late 50s, 60s, 70s. Some of the people that we kind of talk to. And the one thing that I notice is that, yes, they're having a good time, but it's not nearly the amount of fun they could have had if they was in their 30s or 40s, hell, even 20s, And I'm blessed, and I'm very, very fortunate that I'm able to be 40 years old and have seen and have done as much as I've had in my lifetime. And trust me, I got plenty more places, plenty more things that I plan on doing and plan on accomplishing. And I don't make a lot of money. I pay a lot out, as you might know. But we find time to travel, spend time with friends, and go places as much as we can. And I want to encourage you all to do the same. Take that extra, $50 a week that you use, $100 a weekend that you use going out at your local, bar or a local club, and put that money away and save up and go on a trip. There's more to life than just the 5 or 10 or 20 miles that you might travel every day for work. There's more to life than your local bar, your local club, or your local concert act that may come to your town, or comedian, or whomever that might come to your town, once a month, once a year, or whatever. It's more to life than that. It's more to this place, it's more to this country than that. Go out and see the beauty that is our country. If you're fortunate enough to get a passport and travel abroad, I would, say do that. Something that I have not done that is definitely on my list of things to do. But the main thing I want to stress is stop putting off tomorrow what you can do today. That's the most important thing. As a country, there's a lot of things that divide us, whether it's politics, whether it's religion, whether it's our ethnicity. There are so many things that keep us apart. And if we put those things aside, put those things in our back pocket, you will realize that essentially we are all the same. We're all the same. We're no different. We all pay bills. We all pay taxes. We all have heartbreak. We all have love. We experience all these wide ranges of emotion. And it's very important that we recognize that and understand that just because we're different don't mean that we cannot get along. Don't mean that we cannot experience the world, experience life together. There are so many things that's pulling us apart. There are so many tragedies that happen to people every day. And we are very fortunate that we don't necessarily have to deal with a lot of those things in our day-to-day walks of life. So you have the ability to get out and do and see so much more and interact with so many different people. Though since we've been here, I've met people from Ireland, I met people from Scotland, I met people from New York, I met people from Philadelphia, I met people from Pittsburgh, I met people from Ohio, Chicago. I mean, just you name it. Even a white guy from South Africa, and just talking to them and hearing their experience, their walks through life, some whom that we're going to meet again in the future, and planning things to go other places and hang out, just experiencing more and more and more, getting out of your bubble. And I think that's the most important thing, is that we need to get out. We need to get comfortable being uncomfortable. Be comfortable getting out of your shell, out of your box. And understand that there's more. There's so much more to life than just going to work and coming home and paying bills. There's more to life than that. We make sacrifices for so many different things. We make sacrifices for those new pair of shoes we want. We make sacrifices for that car we want to get. We make sacrifices for the house we want to buy. But we never make sacrifices for things that we want to do. Make a sacrifice for yourself. Make a sacrifice to do the things that you want to do. And when you do that, you truly will start living. Don't live to go to work every day. I know it's a thing that we have to do, but you have time off. You have vacation. That's why they put those things in place, so you can enjoy those simple things of life, man. You have to get out and you have to see what this world has to offer you. And it is not as hard as you may think it is if you just put the time in and do the research. I truly believe that, and I'm living proof of that. You know, you don't have to fly everywhere. I mean, get in your car, rent a car. Rent a car costs you $30-$40, and you'll be surprised how far you can travel if you just go 8 hours in either direction of where you live at and find a city that's someplace different than yours and experience that. You know, if you got a favorite sports team, plan on going to see that sports team. Play an away game somewhere else that you always wanted to see, and go see it. Experience life. There's so much more to it, but you got to be willing to take the risk. You got to be willing to put it all on the line. You got to be willing to do it. You got to be willing to get up off your ass and make it happen. You got to make it happen. We got one chance at this. We got one shot at life. You got one shot. And so many people waste it because they're afraid to step out of their box. You can't be afraid. You got to be willing to do it. You got to be willing to experience new things, try new foods, try a new place, try a new, listen to a different genre of music. Do something different. I encourage you to do something different than you normally would do. Instead of taking that same route home every day, take a different route home. Go a different way. Switch it up. Don't let life become a routine. Because once it becomes a routine, then you lost. You're not living. You're not experiencing life. You're just a robot. You're a shell. And you will continue to feel empty inside. There will be something always missing because you're not experiencing what this world, what life has to offer you. You have to do it. You have to step outside of your box. Through my life, in my life, I've done a lot of things. I've seen so many places, so many beautiful places, so many places I thought I would never see in my lifetime. But through athletics, through meeting someone that will allow me to do those things, it's amazing. You have to experience life. Period. If you're not experiencing life, then I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. But I know it's beautiful. I know it's amazing. And as a black man, I can seriously and honestly say that I've been welcomed with open arms every place I've been. Never had any resistance. Never felt unwanted. Now, granted, the places where I go is pretty, a mixed crowd or, very tourist heavy. So, yeah, I mean, of course, you expect that. But I'm willing to try, and I'm willing to go places that I've never thought I would be. And I'm willing to experience it myself and not let the media or let what happens on the news affect where I travel or where I go. I go these places because that's where I want to go, and because it's the thing that I want to experience, and something that I want to share with my daughters. I want to be able to tell them, hey, man, you can go anywhere. Like my oldest daughter, she put in her mind that she wanted to study abroad. She's in Japan right now, studying abroad because she put her mind to it, and that's where she want to go. She wants to see the world. I encourage her, do it. Step outside of your comfort zone. Step outside of your area, and you will realize that there's more to life than the area you grew up in. It's so much more. It's so much more. This world is humongous. It is huge. And you have to see it. You have to see it. You have to appreciate it. Because once you do that, you're truly living. You truly will feel alive. And when you come, like down here, it's just a whole different vibe. Because one, people are on vacation, but two, they have the means to do it. They out here. Some people say I come down here every summer. I hear stories like we come here every summer. Well, the guys that we met from Ireland, they're from Ireland. He was like, I've been in New York, I've been to Chicago, I've been to San Diego, I've been to Texas, I've been to Atlanta, I've been to, now I'm here in Key West, we're going to Miami. They truly live in their best life. They truly live in it. And they got more on the list of things to do. So many times we get hampered down with bills, we get hampered down with so much responsibility that it just seems like it's overwhelming. But you have to take time for yourself. You have to take time to do things that make you feel good. Do things that make you feel good. And I don't mean doing things for other people to make you feel good. No, do things for yourself to make you feel good. You have to find time for yourself. You have to find things for yourself that make you feel good. Don't let others' happiness or unhappiness affect yours. You control your life. You control what it is that you can and can't do. You control that. Not a job, not a spouse, not, an employer. None of that stuff. None of that stuff matters if you're not happy, if you're not willing to take those risks, if you're not willing to see what this world has to offer you. I have a lot of friends that won't go outside of literally 5-10 miles of their house, and they're comfortable with it. And I just don't understand it. And they're always wishing they can go do this, or they wish they can go do that, but they never do it. And they have the means to do it. It's just they don't know. They don't want to step outside of that box and do it, or they think that somehow planning for a trip 8 months from now, 10 months from now, 12 months from now, and constantly waiting for it to be the right time to do something, and then it never comes. You're never going to have enough money. It's never going to be the right time. You just have to do it. Book that hotel. Commit to it. Commit. Once you book something, you are committed to it. Once you put your money down, you are committed to it. Find something that you want to do and put your money down and commit to doing it. Because if you don't commit to doing it, you will never go anywhere. You will never get any further than where you've been. You will continue to be in the same situation. You will continue to do the same things if you don't switch it up. I've been to the North Pole, Alaska. Let me rephrase that. I ain't been to the Arctic North, but the highest point of Earth, I've been there. As it's to the longitude, I've been there. I've been to the North Pole. Alaska. It's the most highest point based off the axis of the Earth, how it was tilted, whatever they say. But I've been there. I've seen it. I've seen the beauty of the mountains, the beauty of the ocean, glaciers. I've seen it. Today, I've been to the southernmost point of the United States of America. The most southern, the furthest southern you can go while being in the United States of America. I was standing right there today. And even though it's just a landmark, it's just a space on this earth, I've been there. I've been there. So top to bottom of this country, I've been there. Top to bottom, east and west. I've been as far west as you can go before falling off in the ocean. And even I went over to the ocean to Hawaii. I've been there. I've been as far east as you can go. New York City. As far east to the Atlantic before you fall into the water. I've been on both sides. I've been as far north as Detroit, almost into Canada. I've been into Canada. I've been in North Dakota. I mean, these are places that I've been, that I've seen. And I tell you, it's amazing. Everywhere in between. Life ain't always going to be a beach. It ain't always going to be about a beach or an ocean. There's mountains. There's planes. There's so many different things that once you see it, I promise you, you will be mesmerized by it. And then once you see it, it will encourage you to do more. So much more. So, like I said, I want to keep it short and sweet. Just something that's like on my heart. Kind of a my testimony to life. It's beautiful. Cherish those around you. Cherish life every day. Appreciate what you have. Appreciate it. Because it can all go away in a blink of an eye. It can be gone, stripped, done, finished. And those around you would know that either A, they'll say at your funeral, either they can say, wow, they lived a full life. I can't say many people did much more than what they did. Or they can say he wanted or she wanted to do so much more, but she was taking too soon, or he was taking too soon. What do you want them to say about you? I want them to say about me, like, man, he was always gone. He was always on the go. Because I am. I'm living a full life. I'm living it. And I'm not going to be old and gray and unable to appreciate it. I'm going to do it now. So, yeah, I take time off work. I take 2 or 3 days off work to go do something. You know, and also, every trip don't have to be, as far as money, 2 or 3 day trips, 2 days, 3 days, you know, start off there. Everything got to be a week, because anywhere that you are a week, you'll get tired of it anyway. You'll start missing home. You'll start missing stuff and things that you want to do. So go take a weekend. Do a Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Or if you're off days during the week, you know, however you piece it together, but do those things. 3 days here, 3 days there, you'd be surprised how many places you can go and how much money you can save, because a week someplace is gonna cost you a pretty penny. That's a week of hotels. That's a week of a rental car. That's a week of spending money because you eat out every day. Yeah, that can get pretty expensive. But 3 days, I'll give you a little travel tip. A rental car. We got a rental car. We got a luxury rental car. It costs us $100 for 3 days. So the rental car was $100. Hotel, you can get a hotel for 3 days if it's not on the weekend. If it's not a Thursday, if it's not a Friday or Saturday, which are their peak days. If you go on a Sunday, you get the rooms for like $40-$50. So $40-$50 a night. So you're looking at right there. You got your car and your hotel for around $200. That's a night out for most of y'all. I seen y'all drink. That's one weekend out. That's $200. That's your room and your car and gas, right there. So then you factor in if you're going to buy. That's if you're driving, just spending gas. So $250. You have use somewhere for $250. Use somewhere else. But let's say if you flew somewhere. Most airlines, you know, you get a ticket, $69. Frontier, Southwest, $70. You know, so you're talking about round trip, about $140, taxes and fees about $170. So again, we talking about $500. $500. You can go someplace for 3 days, 3-4 days, and enjoy yourself for $500. I know many of us spend $500 on things that I can't even tell you how many times you blew $500 on something that has no meaning to it. Those new Jordans came out, they $225. I know some cats go out and buy them jokes. This is the first day they come out, $225. No experience. You bought the iPhone, that shit was $1,500. You know what I mean? So it's prioritizing. You know, things that you will remember for the rest of your life, all because you took a little chance, took a little risk. Okay, I even got a little side hustle to make sure this is my travel money, and put that away and do stuff. You know, and if you as far as traveling, if you get a group, it's even better. So now you got your friends involved, and now y'all out traveling, y'all out seeing the world together, creating memories together. So then when you sitting around like, man, I remember we was here. What hotel you thought was best? What's the best the best place you been? You know, I think the coolest place we been was here. Like, oh man, that's awesome. I want to go back there. You know, that's how you create those memories, those things that are most important in your life. Hold on to that. Create those. Because when you create those memories, you live, and now you sharing with your kids. Oh man, I was here, or I was there. You know, you don't have to be an athlete to live your best life. You don't have to be some type of movie star or musician or somebody famous or somebody even rich to live your best life. You know, you don't have to stay first class everywhere. You just got to be there, because guess what? First class and coach get there the same way. We get there the same way. Yeah. Your experience is a little bit better than mine getting there, but when we at the same place. You know what? That beach don't cost me. That beach don't cost nothing to go to. We both gonna get there. It's gonna be $7, whatever the park our cars. The same. It's the same. That's one thing I think people need to understand. When I'm in a hotel, guess what we doing? We sleeping. Our bed's the same. It's the same bed. No matter, and I done stayed, and the reason why I know is because I done stayed in some nice hotels, and I done stayed in some trashy hotels. And granted, the trashy one, the bed's a little harder, but at the end of the day, you sleeping. You ain't in your room. You out. You out. You out moving around. You living. You out there enjoying it. So you ain't in your room. When you at the pool at your hotel, guess what? You don't know who's staying in who room. You don't know who's staying where, who's rich, who's poor. You don't know. You don't know. So it don't matter. That's all an illusion. That's all the thing they tell you. Oh, you gotta have this. You gotta have that. No, you don't. You don't have all that, because we at the same place. I'm in Key West. And the people also know they can be millionaires. I don't know. But guess what? We all in Key West. We all at the same place at the same time. And all walks of life brought us here together. They don't know what I got in my pocket, and I don't know what they got in theirs, and it don't even matter, because we at the same place enjoying the same thing at the same time. So at that particular moment, nothing else matters. It don't matter if you're a Democrat, you're a Republican, I'm black and they white. It don't matter. None of that matters. We're enjoying the same show, the same entertainment, the same atmosphere together. We here. How we got here is different, but it don't matter. We here. And that's what you need to understand. Stop falling to the illusion that you gotta have the flyers and the most best. Is like, you know, I gotta be VIP whenever I do anything. Why you gotta be VIP? Because guess what? VIP, when you in the VIP section, guess what? The song ain't different in VIP than it is when I'm standing. It ain't different. The alcohol ain't no different than what you drinking and what I'm drinking. The end result is we gonna get a buzz, we might get tipsy, we might get drunk. And guess what? You drink Belvedere vodka, I drink fucking Smirnoff. It's still vodka. It's still vodka. One's a little stronger than the other, but it's still vodka. And guess what? 2-3 drinks would get me the same way it costs you 2-3 drinks to get. It's all drunk. It's all the same. So once you realize that you don't have to live this VIP life, just live life. You don't have to have secret access to things to make you feel important. No, just access, and it's all free. It's all here. It's all here, man. However you got here is your business. What you drive when you get here, you can drive a Bentley or a Benz, and guess what? They all got a steering wheel and a gas pedal and a brake, and seats inside. When you inside, it don't matter what you're driving. It don't matter. They both running. They both go a certain amount of speed. Some might be have a little faster takeoff. Some might brake better, might have a little more plush luxury. But guess what? At the end of the day, the function of it is the same. It's the same. And once you realize that and get outside of that mindset, release those mental chains that we have, that most people have, and live, trust me, you'll be better for it. That's 100. That's real. You know, growing up, I wasn't a rich kid growing up. I didn't have a whole lot growing up. You know, I'm from Gary, Indiana, small little shit town, so to speak. And, you know, making it to hell 16 was a miracle for most of my friends, for most people I know. But so it don't matter. So I never had the Jordans. I never wore, you know, the name brand jeans, the shoes, you know, all that. I never had. My parents couldn't afford all that stuff for me. So I got teased. I got, you know, joked on because, you know, sometimes I might wear the same shirt twice in one week, you know, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I got teased for that. Now, you know, you learn that Steve Jobs only had like 2-3 pair of jeans, and he was a billionaire. None of that stuff matters. It don't matter. It's all a marketing scheme to get you to spend your money on things that don't matter at all. And while you being enslaved to those material things that don't matter, to only make you look good to people around you, when you go out, when you go away, when you go out, you see how these people live, how they dress. They don't care. Cause guess what? They there. So you can spend them $200 on them Jordans and stay in your neighborhood and be the king of your neighborhood, or you can take that $200, buy you a ticket, and might wear the same jeans, shorts, or a t-shirt, and you'll be there and you'll realize when you look around, everybody wearing t-shirts and khaki shorts, t-shirts and swim trunks, t-shirts and flip-flops. They're wearing the same thing. I can count on one hand. Matter of fact, today, I don't think I've seen anyone wearing Michael Kors or Tom Ford or any of these expensive designer clothes that they tell us that we have to have. See, none of that. I saw a bunch of like Key West t-shirts, some cheap t-shirts, some shorts, you know, enjoying life. Like, man, it ain't about that. It ain't about what I'm dressed like to impress somebody else. That means nothing. Absolutely nothing. But when you out there on that beach and your feet up and it's 85 degrees with a breeze, and you can look out there and see that water, them waves coming in and crashing against the shore, and you sitting there with your drink in your hand, you know, and you realize, like, man, I am winning at life. I'm winning. Despite of all the things, the turmoil that's going on, that maybe when I get back home, it's going to be, you know, I got to hustle to pay for this trip, or the time I miss, I got to hustle and bustle and bust my ass to make sure that, you know, I catch up. But guess what? You always find a way anyway. You know what I'm saying? How many times have you went out and overspent on the weekend at a club and think the next, like, I mean, I got to work some overtime to make up for what I spent. Well, I spent a little more than I should have. Well, spend a little more than you should have on a trip or someone that's going to take you somewhere where you're like, you know what? It's worth it. What I'm doing today, when I get back home tomorrow, I got to go to work on Thursday. It's gonna make, and I got to bust my ass. I got a full day on Thursday, you know. But that's why I do it. That's why. This is why I do it. so it can afford me the next trip I want to go on. So it can afford me the next time I want to take a trip. Or, you know what, I say, you know what? If I put a little more away, then if there's a thing that I want to do at a particular place, like if I want to go snorkeling, if I want to go swim with the dolphins or whatever, then I know, okay, that's gonna cost me an extra $100. So I just work hard to get that extra $100. When I come, I can do some excursions. I can add those into my deal, because now it's a rush. Like, you know what? Now I want to go, and I might want to do a little more. Or I'm just cool being at the beach. I'm just cool sitting at the pool. It don't matter. But I'm here. And you'll be here. You'll be there. It don't matter. You there. Get there. Let the rest of that shit fall into place, man. If you got friends that live in other states, go visit them. Because that's even better, because now you ain't paying. You ain't paying for no room, because I guarantee you, like, hey, man, you're at the crib this weekend, I'm going to come down and chill. They're going to be like, hell yeah, come through. Come hang out with your boy or your girls. Come hang out. So now, shit, I got a couch. If I got a place to lay my head, I got food to eat, I'm there. Let the rest of that shit fall into place, man. It always falls into place. It always makes a way, man. Always. Especially if you work hard. Work won't always be there, man. Always. And if you get a job that don't allow you to do it, then you really need to reevaluate your career. Reevaluate what you're doing. That is this job so important to me that I can enjoy why I got a job in the first place. If you get a job that's only paying your bills, you got to reevaluate what you're doing. If your job ain't giving you extra spending money, you got to reevaluate what you're doing. If you don't have any disposable income to do the little things in life, then you got to reevaluate what you're doing, or do something different. Because if that's all, if your job is only providing you a way to pay your bills, then you're in a bad way anyway. You're in a bad way anyway. I got news for you. It's all bad anyway. Because you would never get out of that circle. You would never get out of that rut. Never doing what you're doing. Never. You would never get out of it. And then once you're too old to do what you're doing, because obviously what you're doing is not something that everyone can do, or something that many people can do. So when you get old, or you are no longer of use to your employer, they get rid of you, bring somebody else in to do what you do. So you at that mercy anyway. So you need to find something that you're good at, that gives you disposable income and give you time to do the things that you want to do anyway. You have to. You got to live, man. Your best years of your life, especially now, like as a man reaching 40 years old, these are the best years. Like this the next 15 to 20 years of my life is gonna be the best years of my life. And the reason why they're supposed to be the best years of your life is because typically when you're in your 40s, you are at your peak earning potential as a man. A man reaches his peak. I haven't even reached my peak earning potential as a man yet. Typically around 45 is when you reach your peak earning potential. Because at 40, between 45 and 55, I'm 40, so I'm still probably 5 years away. But I'm in that, I'm reaching that point. It was because you're still able to do those things. You still now, and also you're smarter. You're wiser. Your kids at that age should be grown, so they're out of your pocket. So now all of that money is yours. So you're reaching that point where now you should. I mean, you still able to do things and move around. You can do those things. When you're 30, if you be able to do that when you're 30, and get a sitter for your kids, or hell, take your kids with you, or get a sitter to watch your kids and go do things, go live life, man. Stop making excuses. Stop feeling guilty because you want to do things without your kids. Don't feel guilty about that shit. Don't feel guilty. Do it. Because just because you got kids don't mean you got to stop living. Don't feel like, I got, or my son got this. Nah, man. You showing them an example that, hey, I got kids. When you get kids, you can still live your life. You can still live a good life. And everything that I do don't involve you. It's not. It's not going to involve you. Just like everything when you get kids, everything you do don't have to involve your kids. You do enough for them, but you let them know that, hey, as much as I'm doing for you, I still need time for me. Those are lessons that you teach them. No matter how many kids you got. Hey, I still need time for me. I'm still going to do me no matter what. And then when they get older, they're going to say, I'm glad that you showed me that you was able to live outside of me, because I'm able to do the same with my kids. That I don't have to be up under them every 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That I still can live my life. I can still enjoy my life and still take care of my responsibilities and still be a good parent and not have that guilt. So, I mean, I know I'm going a little bit long, but there are people who was in church praying in Pittsburgh. I walked in, shot him up for no apparent reason. They gone. They gone. They know they are no longer here with us because of the acts of someone else. And how many of them was planning on doing something or been planning something forever and put it off, and all of a sudden they can't do it because they waited, because someone else, some lowlife decided to take their lives. Or how many people feel like, the president, we worry about Trump and what he's doing or what he's tweeting, and we worry about what CNN or Fox News or MSNBC, whatever they saying on their shows, and we're not living. We're not living because you worry about that. The president. Or you worry about the border. The Mexicans, they coming in and they doing blah 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 blah. They ain't doing it to you. But again, we worry about things that ain't got nothing to do with us. Nothing at all. Ain't got nothing to do with us. You still living. You gotta live. Stop worrying about, I ain't gonna go here because it's bad. That's what I don't understand that. You hear people say, if I say, would you go to Saudi Arabia? I ain't going there. They got terror because people heads off. That's what people hear. That's what you hear all the time. I won't go to Africa because they doing this to people, or I'm gonna go here because they're doing this to people. If I showed you where I grew up, it's funny. It truly is. It's hilarious to be when you mention other countries, other people to people. And they always talk about how good or how bad it is. Here is bad over there, right? But but they don't realize, or they don't think about your neighborhood. Think about where you live at, right? Think about, I stay in Indianapolis, right? Think about Indianapolis for a minute. So when people talk about Indianapolis, how the crime is bad in Indianapolis, right? Now where I live at, or the people who live up in Carmel, the people who live up in Fishers or Avon or any of them places, they don't see that life. They don't see it because where they live at, it's not like that at all. At all. They don't see none of that violence that people that live in the city or in those areas, those bad areas that they see. So you think if you went to Saudi Arabia, that everywhere you go, bombs going off everywhere you go? No. There are places in Saudi Arabia where you go there and it is beautiful, it is peaceful, everybody loving everybody, people living their best life. But yeah, if you go 10 miles in one direction, I'm pretty sure you can find some neighborhoods in no area where it's like it's messed up. It's jacked up, it's messed up, but it's no different in here. It's no different in here. I can go 10 miles north from where I live at and be in Fishers. Or I can go 10 miles to the west. Or I can go 10 miles, to the west. Where I live far east, 10 miles to the west, and they be messed up. You see what I'm saying? It's the same everywhere. There's beauty in Chicago. People say, Chicago has 100 murders. Yeah, but Chicago is one of the most beautiful places in the United States. Yeah, but we're talking about one area that's bad. Not the whole city is bad. It's one area that's bad. And when you go there, just don't go to that area. You'll be fine. Same way with Saudi Arabia, same way with Africa, same way anywhere. The places that's bad, just don't go there. You ain't got to go there where it's bad at. When I go to the Bahamas, they say, you want to go to this part of time? No, I don't want to go there. I don't want to go see poverty. I see poverty at home. I don't need to see your shacks in your town. I don't need to see that. People think it's fascinating. Oh man, people living in huts. I don't care about that. Because you know what? I'm not gonna care about that, and I'm not. And why would I care about that over there, and not care about it where I live at? If I don't want to see it where I live at, what makes you think I'm gonna go to your country and see it? No, I don't want to see that. I want to see what's beautiful about your country, what's beautiful about your city or your province, wherever you live at. I want to see what's beautiful about where you stay at. Because when you come to where I live at, I'm gonna show you what's beautiful about where I stay at. We all know there's poverty everywhere. There's homeless everywhere. There's crime everywhere. In every city, every state, every country is violence. Somebody's doing something they ain't supposed to do. And guess what? I don't want to be there. I don't want to be in those places. It don't mean your whole city's like that. In Germany, you go to all these, and you go to Europe, people getting kidnapped, robbed, trafficking, all that stuff goes on and happens. But guess what? I ain't going there. To those places where that's going on, I don't want to go there. I want to go see where it's nice, where people are nice to people, where people have living good, living their best life. Those are the people I want to be around. I ain't going to your hood. Why I gotta go to your hood? I got hood where I live at. And I learned growing up, your hood ain't no harder than mine. People, from coming from Gary, people think, all of a sudden, because I'm from Gary, we had a certain thing. Like, nah, man, Gary, Indianapolis is just hard as Gary. Just as hard. Because a gun will kill you exactly, it will kill you dead the same. It ain't no different. Being shot ain't no different in LA, South Dakota, Nebraska, New York. Crime is crime. It's all the same. And the things the common denominator with crime is poverty. That's the common. People who are poor, people who don't have, will do whatever they can to get out of their situation. Or they will kill, rob, steal, and kill to get it. And typically those are the areas where they at. So for me, I'm not going to those areas. I want to go where the houses are nice, the houses are big, the areas is clean, the roads, they take care of their stuff. Because guess what? These people are least likely to rob, hurt, steal, or kill me. And that's a fact. You are less likely to get shot in Carmel than being on 21st and Post. That's a fact. Not saying that you can't get shot in Carmel, but you're less likely by a long shot. And so don't be afraid to travel because, you think it's bad someplace. No, just don't go in the area. You don't need to be there. And the people will tell you, don't go here, don't go there, don't go over there. And then follow their rules because they from the land. They know the lay of the land. So the main thing I want to say today, man, is live your life. Live, take that risk, take that jump. So I just want to come on here real quick. I went way longer than I wanted to, but It's kind of a rant. Like I said, it's kind of my testimony, man, about just living your life, living your best life. So, I hope that me can get on here and just kind of rambling and speaking. I hope that it reaches somebody. That somebody listens to what I'm saying or seeing what I'm doing and decide to say, you know what, I'm gonna do the same thing, or I'm gonna try what Jeezy said, and I'm gonna see what happens. Like, if you do that, man, I would love to hear from you. I would love to hear your stories, or hear what you got going on, or reach out and tell me, hey, I got some ideas on this, and I'll help you any way I can. And the way you get at us, man, is Heavy Hitters, Independent Radio at gmail.com, man. Send us an email. Or Heavy Hitters Radio Show at gmail.com. Hit us up, man. Tell us your stories. Or get us at us on Instagram at Heavy Hitters Radio Show on Instagram. Slide them DMs, man. Tell me what you got going on. Tell me what you planning on doing. Let's make something happen. Live your life. Peace.